Okay, welcome back. The next sign up is water. We did earth, air, and the next element that had the most views on TikTok was water. So we're gonna go into the water element. That means anybody that's dealing with emotional issues, processing emotions, intuition, just on a more going with the flow type of mode. Yeah, so this reading is for you. So let's use grandma. So before we go into the card reading, I just want to kind of see what I pick up on the water signs. Definitely going with the flow, sticking out again. Yeah, and being confident in that, you know, going into the depths of the waters of your intuitive nature and trusting your nature, trusting the flow, the ebb and flow of life. Because there is an ebb and flow. It's times to take action, and it's time to sit your ass down and allow things to happen. I feel like we're more in the allowing stage right now of the flow. I just got chills, so yeah, just allow things to flow and happen. Control is not necessary at all times. Sometimes it's time to take control. Sometimes you gotta let things happen, and it's the way that you handle things when they happen. So let's see what the cards say. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Allowing things to happen means that you don't have to be passive. You can be very clear cut and active in your thoughts and what you feel, and communicate that effectively, because that's the only way that a new path or a new flow can open up. You know, you can be like when I speak of feminine energy, I speak of the receptive energy, which is the heart card underneath. I speak of receptive energy, but just because you're being receptive does not mean you have to be totally passive and inactive in your manifestation. So, for example, if I want a new job and I have no control over whether I'm going to get the job or not, I can still communicate effectively and put my wishes out there. And if they are received, they are. If they're not, they're not. But I'm totally fine with the outcome as long as I put my, intention out there. So you can be very clear on your intentions and still allow things to flow so that a new door or new journey can flow in. Yeah, it's like I say, you're leaving something and going somewhere else. It's still a flow to that. It's still an allowing happening. Even though you're consciously making a decision, the allowing and the flow is what carries out that decision. If you try to be too rigid and controlling over how things come after the decision is made, then you're not allowing things to happen naturally, and you're not allowing nature to take its course. I feel like it's the way that you process your emotions as well. When I talk about meditation, how meditation can be, I don't know what video that was, but meditation can be an allowing of things to, because the mind is constantly going. So when you meditate, a lot of people say they have problems because they don't know how to just sit still and like not think. But it's not about not thinking. It's about allowing those random thoughts and whatever your mind has been programmed to think, and allowing it to come in, but also letting it see its way out. Because if it doesn't align with you and it doesn't flow with who you are, then don't attach yourself to it. Just allow it to come in and let it see itself on out, okay? Because a lot of times we let our emotions get us wrapped up into thought processes that are not our own. Like the projections. So when people project things on you, you can either receive it or you can say, hey, that's not me, that was you. You can have that back. We don't have to take it in and feel all the feels of someone else's projection. Yeah, and that's going to help you get out of your head. When you allow things to flow and to happen in a natural way and know what's for you and what's aligned with you and what's not, and not be trying to be in control of that, it allows you to not have this mental conflict constantly. You know what I mean? That, everything is like when the heart and the mind is aligned, like you're unstoppable. And when I say heart, I mean the emotions, because our emotions are just really directions. They're not the end all be all. They just there as like road signs to let you know you're either going in the right direction or you're going in the wrong direction, and then it's up to you to process that and make better decisions, or be logical about a situation and say, hey, well, this is, my feelings said this is not flowing in the right direction, so now we're going to course correct. Yeah, you have to walk away from things that are not serving your spirit and not serving, even if it's something that like, hey, I know that if I get this job, I'm going to be like, I can work this shit. I will be the best thing in this company. But if that job does not see your value and that job does not want to pay you what you're worth or whatever, then you're going to have to make a tough decision and say, hey, I saw some growth right there, but you know what? It's not aligning with my spirit. I don't feel good about it. I don't feel appreciated. I think I can probably find something else that's, or maybe they'll give me a call back when they change their mind. You know what I mean? That's allowing things and flowing and adjusting and understanding that even though your spirit tells you something, if it's still not aligning properly, then it's not for you. And you have to figure out what that alignment is. That just depends on where you are in your level of growth. I'm sorry, I'm gonna try to stop saying so much. I figured that out about myself when I was in speech class in college. That's one of my filler words, so y'all work with me. Yeah, you can't continue to hold yourself back because you're not feeling grounded in your emotions or in the flow. So just allow the flow to happen. Like, allow this to happen. Let it, whatever that was that just wasn't, you thought it was going to be something and it ain't, just let it go. Let it flow. Because obviously that wasn't for you. It might have been a lesson and not a blessing. And if you hold on to the lesson too long, you're going to probably miss the blessing that's trying to come through. Like how we're talking about the meditation and allowing things that's not you, don't attach to it emotionally or whatever. If something is, you know, the bullshit is at the door and you sitting there looking at it and you talking to it and you processing it, the blessing is trying to come through, and it's like why we can't get in? Like, what the fuck going on? Because they sitting there having this long ass conversation about nothing. You know what I mean? Like, what are y'all talking about? Nothing. So allow things to come on in and say, okay, you can stay. No, you can't. You know, you gotta go. So I just think that's where we at with the water element this week. Don't hold on to the bullshit anymore. Allow the flow to bring in what you want. And when you're in the waters, like taking a shower or taking a bath or whatever, leave that emotional trauma, drama, whatever projections, leave it in the water. That's your assignment this week. Leave the shit in the water. Don't shit in the water. No, but take you a good bath and leave it in the water, okay? Because your waters need to be cleansed and pure, like we talked about last week, the cleansing waters. You've already cleansed. Now you just have to realize, like, leave that dirt, the dirty water, let it go on down the drain. Don't scoop it back out the tub and take it with you, okay? Okay? So y'all have a good week, water signs, water elements, and allow the flow. Let's do one more healing card. Let's take one from this. What's your messages? How are we going to allow the flow to happen? Oh. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. I feel like you're holding yourself back from what you're truly passionate about and what you truly love by, you know, not draining the old emotions. Let it drain out. And then you can really see the true nature of what emotions, healthy emotions and healthy feelings are supposed to feel like. Let it drain on out. Okay? And experience true love within yourself. And that way you'll see that it'll project outwards and it come back to you. If it don't resonate with truth and true love, let that shit flow and let it go. Okay? Only true love lives here. All right, water signs. Y'all have a good week.